Broadcasting live. It's America's longest running talk show on computers. It's Computer America, bringing you the biggest names in technology with guest interviews, new products, and your emails. Listen live at computeramerica.com on any device around the world. Email the show at live@computeramerica.com or find us on social media. Be sure to check out our website for contests, giveaways, show notes, live video stream, podcasts, and more. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello and welcome everyone into the Computer America Show. We are the nation's longest running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers and technology. Everyone, welcome into the program. Today on the show, we have a nice couple of stories. It's going to be great. Everyone, we have stories from the latest on the sales numbers for Elden Ring, the game that has been really captivating so many people. It's been doing well, and just how well, we'll get to that. But suffice to say, very, very happy for their success. I think they've definitely earned it. We have that story. We have a bit of an update on Stadia, some updates to Google Docs and things like that. And one particular story that, is very... actually, it's so fringe, we might not even cover it. But, okay, so for the last one that will tease you, Instagram is getting parental supervision features. And I know what you're thinking. But Ben, Facebook, and I should say Meta, has been pushing Instagram for the past 5+ years. They've let kids as young as 13 make accounts. How are you telling me that there's no parental supervision up until this point? And I'll say, who the heck knows? But here we are. So everyone, we have a lot of great stories. Sit back, relax. ComputerAmerica.com. That's where you'll find everything, including past shows, future shows, show notes, articles, reviews, podcasts, social media links, just about everything that you need for the program in one place. Go ahead and check that out. Now, with that being said, why don't you sit back, relax, and we can go ahead and get started with computer and technology news brought to you by Computer America. So, our first story, why don't we just go ahead and lead with the Elden Ring? If you haven't heard of it, where have you been? You've been living under a rock. You are tainted yourself. Check this out. Elden Ring is, they said that the parent company, Bandai Namco, expected From Software's Elden Ring to sell 4 million copies in 5 weeks. That would have been their measure of this is a successful launch. Well, check this out. It would have been impressive if that's what's happened, but, well, it sold 12 million units worldwide. 1 million were in Japan alone within 18 days of its release. Think about that. They were thinking 4 million copies in the first 5 weeks, so 30, 35 days, and instead 12 million copies in just under 3 weeks. Very, very impressive. The company has announced the game's blockbuster sales numbers in a press release and also mentioned the possibility of expanding the IP beyond the realm of games. And by beyond the realm of games, quote unquote, I'm sure you can look at that and say, well, adaptations to television, miniseries, comic books, maybe books and things like that. But generally that means, maybe a Netflix show. According to the announcement, those numbers came from the distribution figures of the package version and sales figures of the downloadable versions. With those sales numbers, Elden Ring smashed a bunch of other records with Souls-type games. Their previous release, Sekiro, sold 2 million copies in 10 days, and it took 4 years for Dark Souls 3 to reach 10 million units sold worldwide. So, this was obviously a very instant success. So, based on how well it's doing, it seems apt to compare Elden Ring to Pokemon Pokemon Legends Arceus, which sold about 6.5 million in 7 days. Yep. This has definitely been more talked about, at least in my circles, than the latest Pokemon games. And thanks to Rover in the chat for running the numbers, 666,666.66666, repeating, of course, units a day. Yep, just under 700,000 people a day have been purchasing this on average. So obviously, they developed Elden Ring with the help of George R. R. Martin, who wrote the overarching mythos for the game that features the Lovecraftian creatures and dragons. At the helm of the project was Miyazaki, known for creating the notoriously difficult Souls games. It was supposed to be available for play in January, but was released in late February. And whatever polish that last month gave them, kudos. It really seemed to have worked. So again, congratulations to the team. They've been putting out these types of games for a while, but this one seems to really have caught fire in a very special way. So congratulations to them. Huge success. They earned it. Okay, this story has been kind of poking around the internet for the past day, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it. What happened? Why did it happen? This from Business Insider, saying that Amazon used a sneaky tactic to make it harder to quit Prime, and cancellations drop 14%. To Amazon, that would seem like a win, a success story. Cancellations drop 14%. Good for us. To everyone else, they're thinking, wow, what a dick. They're already worth $1 trillion, and now they're making it difficult to even just stop giving them money? Where do these people get off? Well, the project was codenamed Iliad, and it was, by all accounts, a success. They said that the project created multiple layers of questions and new offers before the Prime member could cancel their subscription in hopes of reducing member churn. Following its launch, the number of Prime cancellations dropped by 14% at one point in 2017 as fewer members navigated to the final cancellation page. The multi-step cancellation process is just one example of subtle UX design choices Amazon has used to complicate and confuse their subscribers. So, some of what I've, kind of seen people talk about and seen in my own experience, you have this example right here where, you can cancel your subscription, but then you have to get through 3 different pages of, here's what we do. Are you sure you want to cancel? You have to get through 3 different pages, hit cancel 3 different times before you actually cancel your membership. In an email to Insider, Amazon spokesperson said that the sign-up and cancellation process are simple and transparent and clearly present customers with choices and the implications of those choices. Obviously, Amazon is going to say, hey, it's so simple, anyone can cancel. We're just letting everyone know that, you miss out on Amazon services when you cancel Amazon services. And we don't want them canceling Amazon services without them knowing what they're canceling by canceling their Amazon services. Clearly, Amazon's just looking out for everyone's best interest in this. They mentioned that customer transparency and trust are top priorities for us. By design, we make it clear and simple for customers to both sign up or cancel their Prime membership. We continually listen to customer feedback and look for ways to improve that experience. Now, they're saying that what it takes to cancel in this article, the author kind of did the legwork, saying that while the multi-step process isn't quite as hard to complete as the 500-page Project Iliad namesake, canceling a Prime subscription does take multiple clicks, decisions, and confirmations. They say that it can be found under the Manage Membership tab, which leads to a series of prompts and offers. And so this is the first image saying, cancel your membership, don't give up movie night. Now, after that, they prompt you to let users know that how much money they would save by switching from a monthly to annual plan. And you could see that, here for this person, they could save $40 if they were to switch instead. So someone wants to cancel their sub, the first question they ask is, are you sure you want to give up movies? The second question they ask is, are you sure you don't want to switch to an annual plan maybe? I know that you're canceling, but have you thought about giving us more money? That might be the answer. Well, They say that starting February 18th, Amazon obviously increased their prices and the monthly fees have increased as well. The last prompt asks users to confirm the cancellation of their membership. The first 3 yellow buttons on the page offer to pause or keep the membership or be reminded later. Further down the page, the 2 final yellow buttons listing different options of when to cancel the membership, where you can either cancel at the end of your billing cycle or end now, and you'll be refunded for the remainder of your membership. So there you go. It's honestly, I feel like the internet has kind of been blowing this a little out of proportion. It's not difficult, but if you're looking to cancel and you don't read the fine print, and I honestly feel like they should, because signing up for a service and canceling a service, that is very much a business transaction. That is a contract that both parties have to agree to. If there's any dispute, it should be listed in the terms of service. I know people are instant gratification, one-hit button, so on and so forth. And obviously, Amazon is running you around trying to get to cancel your membership. They're not going to let you do that with just one click. And hey, maybe they should. Maybe that should be the answer to simple user interface design. But people need to read carefully, and they need to know exactly when they cancel, how they cancel, and if they actually did cancel. Amazon should make that easier, but people need to take the 3 minutes out of their lives and get it done and save themselves the money. So there you go. And obviously the fine print, once you agree, you can never unagree. Exactly. So still, I don't know. The internet's been really harboring, a mean streak against this. I feel like it's a little unwarranted, but at the same time, yes, Amazon should have a one-button solution for canceling. That should be the end of it. So, okay. Let's talk about something that we hardly ever get to discuss. Google. They're a company. Well, one of their products is actually heading out of beta. I know, it never happens. They usually die before they do. Google Domains, the company's domain registration service, is losing the beta tag after first launching more than 7 years ago. That was announced yesterday. The service is now generally available in 26 countries, and the company says it already has millions of active registrations, saying that if you register with Google Domains, you can pick from more than 300 different domain endings, have access to high-performance DNS, and and around-the-clock customer support from real people and more. The company is also offering 20%, blah, blah, blah. However, if you register your domain with Google Domains, you'll still need to actually build a website to use with it. Google, unsurprisingly, suggests Google Sites product as well as premium partners, including Wix, Shopify, Squarespace, Weebly, and Bluehost. There you go. Google Domains have been in development for quite a while, back in 2014, and opened up to public beta in 2015. So there you go. Honestly, it kind of feels like Google put this out, slapped a beta tag on it, had it on life support, and when they saw that interest wasn't dead after 7 years, they're like, oh yeah, we do that, don't we? Let's go ahead and launch that. And they finally got around to actually launching it. There you go. Yep. Here we go. Story number 3. Story number 4. Let's do something a little bit different. Well, that wouldn't be different at all. Okay, how about this? Stadia, another Google product, which may never lose the beta tag. Check this out. It's kind of clear with the writing on the wall what's happening with Stadia. It's pivoting to a Google Cloud product, an offering of a service, less so like a competitor to Steam or Xbox or Microsoft Gaming Cloud or stuff like that, and more so a partner that could potentially be used by those companies to offer its services. They said that Stadia's rumored pivot to a Google Cloud service is real. At the Google for Games Developer Summit Tuesday, Google announced that the technology underpinning Stadia will be available for sale as a Google Steam Cloud service for immersive stream for games. That's nowhere near as catchy as the Google Stream name that was rumored, but Google Cloud services aren't consumer-facing anyway. So the company confirmed AT&T was one of the first to trial the immersive stream for games last year when it launched Batman Arkham Knight as a free streaming game for AT&T mobile customers. Despite giving the game out to mobile subscribers, you aren't actually supposed to play Batman over your cell connection. It only works on PCs, not on smartphones. There you go. So with that being said, Batman gives us a preview of what the game looks like. There is zero integration with the consumer level Stadia service and no Google branding at all. Figuring out that Stadia is powering the, this involves spying on what web servers it is connecting to. Just like how not obvious that big portion of Apple's iCloud are powered by Google Cloud, no one will know that your game is powered by Stadia. Google has a sign-up form for interested developers, and honestly, this seems like the way Google should have been doing it. They should have been offering this to other developers for a long time because, trying to be a first-party developer, put out games on their own, be a publisher, not really Google's strong suit. And honestly, from like an antitrust angle, they should have never have tried that. But here you go. Stadia, turning into a cloud streaming service that other providers will be using for their games. So there you go. Okay, so there's that one. Let's go ahead and continue on to, we have 3 more stories. This one we teased a little bit, picked on Google for a bit. Let's pick on Meta for a bit. Instagram is getting parental supervision features. It's crazy, right? Meta is introducing new parental supervision features for Instagram and VR. The update will be available first for Instagram, which has faced a wave of scrutiny for its impact on teens and children. And by the way, that impact on teens and children is that Instagram is really, really bad for kids and kind of, sort of, maybe, definitely causes depression. So, you do as you do. On Instagram, the controls will be part of the new Family Center, where parents can set time limits and access information about their teen's activity in the app. For now, parents will be able to see a list of accounts their teen is following, as well as which accounts follow them. Parents will also be notified if their teen reports another user. Fair enough. Notably, the update is for now only available in the United States. Oh, thank goodness. That's the only place in the world that has kids. So good on you, Meta. And parents will only be able to access parental control features if the teens initiate supervision within the app themselves. That seems a little bit backwards. I feel like if there's already like a linked account, this parent-child account thing that's already happening, then it should just be turned on automatically. But what do I know? Over the next few months, we'll be adding additional features, including letting parents set the hours during which their teen can use Instagram and the ability for more than one parent to supervise a teen's account. There you go. So the new features, which were first promised back in December. By the way, what kind of Amish kid are they giving an example of here? 70 followers, only following 140, 22 minutes a day. Excuse me? That is not normal social media by kids. Like, that should be at least 7, 8, 9 hours. I don't know what this is doing. That is not very effective of that kid. So with that being said, the company also plans to add similar parental control features to the Quest headset. So parents can also set limits on their children's activities in virtual reality. Those features, which won't launch for the next few months, will enable parents to restrict VR content for ages 13 and up and set other limits on VR purchases. They're also working on Parental dashboard for the Oculus app, so parents can keep tabs on what their kids are watching and how much time they are spending in VR. Yeah, I think Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they can do better by kids. They have to do better. And they're kind of doing this in kind of patchwork, but what Meta is trying to do is they're trying to get ahead of potential future legislation because they know it's coming. And they're trying to, as quickly as Meta can, adapt their business strategy, but, it's not going to be fast enough. But they can try. They can certainly try. So there you go. Okay. There you go. Story number 5. Story number 6. We only have 2 more stories left. And honestly, this one is like a half story. So we'll cover it just real quick. I won't even show it on screen. Essentially, you can go to your Google Docs. You can create an email. And then one button later, when you're ready to send the email, you just need to click a button to open Gmail Compose window and finalize the message. Docs will automatically populate all of the relevant fields. The feature will take up to 15 days to reach companies on rapid release domains and will start reaching more cautious scheduled release customers on March 22nd. So, we have about a week. There's no mention of availability for personal use. At work, however, this could prove handy. Lawyers could use it to produce an airtight email to a client, while marketers might work together on their ideal sales pitch. So essentially, you build a perfect email in Google Docs, hit one button, populates all the fields, boom, send it off. Pretty streamlined, nice little integration. Thought I'd tell everyone about it because it could, really, it could help some people, but it's not going to be for everyone. I can definitely agree with that. So our last story, this is from Motherboard, and if you had any hopes that the supply chain could just catch up, this sucks. It really does. Shenzhen shutdown is a shock to an already stressed supply chain. Audrey Carleton and Foxconn and other factories have had to limit production as COVID, not going away anytime soon, hits the world's most famous electronics manufacturing hub. They're saying that a COVID-19 lockdown in Shenzhen, China, most famous electronics manufacturing hub, could throw the already struggling global supply chain into further chaos. Manufacturers are already reporting shipment delays of tech products and parts, including flash drives, glass iPhone screens, and more, after factories were forced to shut down to comply with the lockdown that they imposed on Sunday. At the time, China was reporting 3,400 cases nationwide, the highest in 2 years, driven by the stealth Omicron variant, a new lineage of the Omicron variant. There you go. While those numbers have since climbed, they are most are clustered in the northern Jilin province, with smaller outbreaks in other places. They're both under lockdown until March 20th. I gotta say, take any numbers that you hear from, especially official Chinese sources, with a massive mountain heap of salt. They're very rarely accurate of the full picture. Let's put it this way. They have 1.3 billion people, and they had 1/100th of the cases of the United States. That just doesn't make sense. So obviously, in some ways, the shocks couldn't have come at a worse time. They said that I personally have been scrambling to make sure my suppliers can stay afloat through this latest lockdown. A lot of smaller businesses are running at about 50% capacity because they are lacking access to critical components and sub-assemblies that were already scarce. There you go. Across the rest of the electronics world, suppliers of parts fear future ripple effects of a halt in material production. Toyota, Volkswagen, Chinese automaker BYD have all warned that the lockdown is impacting business. It's pretty bad. So it's not critical yet, but it's getting more difficult every single day. Suppliers in Shenzhen cannot produce, so they're not delivering goods. So next week, we don't have material for production. Yeah, there you go. It's, They noted, So they noted in an email to motherboard that any length of a stall in production could lead to wasted parts, notably in production process that follow strict assembly timelines. Some materials will spoil if they aren't used immediately. Adhesives go bad, solvents evaporate, tools rust, parts oxidize, furnaces cool down, etc. There will be an additional cost due to the work progress material that's potentially lost as a result of all of this. So, yeah, this will cause a problem. How many problems? We aren't quite sure, but it could be pretty bad. So, let's see. And when was this published? 3 hours ago. There you go. Nice video. In fact, we'll probably watch this after we kind of end the recording here. But yeah, good luck in Shenzhen. Everyone else out there, thank you for tuning into the program. That's about it. I want to thank you so much for tuning into the program. I hope you enjoyed it. Nice, quick news segment for you. Twitch.tv/Computer America if you want to join us live. ComputerAmerica.com for everywhere else. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.